now we're going to talk about the discriminant. So the discriminant is part of your quadratic formula. So when you apply the quadratic formula to any quadratic equation, the part that's underneath the radical is your discriminant, and that's either going to be positive, negative, or 0. Okay, so not including the square root, just the value under the square root is your discriminant. So you have 3 options here. If the discriminant is greater than 0, then the quadratic equation has 2 distinct real solutions. If the discriminant is equal to 0, then the equation has 1 real solution, which is called a double root. And if the discriminant is less than 0, then the equation has 0 real solutions, and it's imaginary. Okay, so what's the number of real solutions of negative 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 equals 0? So step 1 is to find the values of a, b, and c. So a equals negative 2, b equals negative 3, c equals 5. We're going to plug the numbers into the discriminant. So remember, the discriminant doesn't include the radical sign, it only includes the number underneath. So b squared, so negative 3 squared minus 4 times a times c. So we have 9 plus 40, which is 49. So my discriminant is 49. Step 3 is the conclusion, so pick the appropriate one. So if the number is positive, there are 2 real solutions. If the number is negative, there's no real solutions. If the number is 0, there is 1 real solution. So since it's 49, it's a positive number, so there's going to be 2 real solutions here. Okay, it doesn't matter what the solutions are, it just matters that the number itself is positive. Okay, so we're going to look at these. So for the first one, okay, we want to make sure that it's set equal to 0 before we do the discriminant. So we're going to subtract 6. So I have negative 2x squared plus 7x minus 6 equals 0. And we're going to plug that into b squared minus 4ac. And we want to find our discriminant. So we're going to have 7 squared minus 4 times a times c. So we get 49 minus 48. Okay, so the answer we got was 1. It doesn't mean that there's 1 solution. It means that the discriminant is 1. That means it's a positive number. So we have 2 real solutions. Okay, 2 solutions because of that positive 1. So if we solve the next one, okay, it's already set up. So we're just going to do b squared minus 4ac. So let's plug it in. Negative 12 squared minus 4 times 1 times 36. So when we do this, we get 144 minus 144. So we end up with 0. Since 0 is our discriminant, it doesn't mean that there's 0 real solutions. It means that there is 1 real solution. Okay, for the last one, we have to set it up, so we have to add 16. And put it equal to 0. I have b squared minus 4ac. So we're going to do 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times 16. 64 minus 64. Again, it's going to give me 0. Since I have 0, that means I have 1 solution. Okay. So let's look at a couple of word problems right now. Okay, so here we have an equation that models the height reached in 2 seconds by an object propelled straight up from the ground. Now it says to use the discriminant to find whether the object will ever reach a height of 90 feet. So when we have a word problem that asks us to use the discriminant, we're trying to come up with a yes or no answer. So we're not actually going to solve and get a number. We're trying to see if this is ever going to reach 90 feet. So since we want to know if the height is 90 feet, we're going to plug in 90 for h. the first thing I'm going to do is plug in 90 for each. So 90 equals 80t minus 16t squared. That's not the way we're used to seeing it. It's not in standard form. So I'm just going to move everything around. So I'm going to subtract the 90 to the other side, and I'm just going to put it in standard form. So I'm going to have negative 16t squared plus 80t minus 90 equals 0. Once it's set up, we're just going to find the discriminant. So b squared minus 4ac. So we'll plug it in. 80 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 90. If we solve this, we get 640. Okay, so again, the actual number doesn't matter. 640, that's great, we got a number. That is only helping us determine how many solutions there are. Since it's 640, which is a positive number, that means that there's 2 real solutions. Since we can get solutions, then that means that, yes, the object will reach it. So yes, the object will reach a height of 90 feet. So basically, if our answer is 0 or any positive number, our answer will be yes. If our answer is no, a negative number that we get, then our answer would be no. So when we plug this in to find the discriminant, a 0 or any positive number means that yes, it will reach the height or whatever the question's asking. If we plug it in and we get a negative number, it's no, it won't reach it. So let's look at one more. So the weekly revenue for a company is given by this equation. Use the discriminant to find whether there is a price for which the weekly revenue would be $1,500. So same idea, we're going to take 1,500 and we're going to plug that in for R. So 1,500 equals negative 3p squared plus 60p plus 1,060. So we're going to solve this by setting it to 0 first. So we're going to subtract the 1,500. So we're going to have negative 3p squared plus 60p minus 440 equals 0. Okay, so I got that 440 because I minus the 1,500 minus 1,500. So 1060 minus 1,500 is going to give me negative 440. So from here, I'm going to find my discriminant. So b squared minus 4ac. So we're going to plug in 60 squared minus 4 times negative 3 times negative 440. And if we plug this into the calculator, we'll end up with a negative 1680. Again, the number itself doesn't matter, but because we got a negative number, that means that our answer is going to be no. So, find whether there's a price for which the weekly revenue would be 1,500. No, there is no price. There is no price in which the weekly revenue would be $1,500. Okay, so again, just to recap, if the discriminant is a positive or 0 in a word problem, that means that yes, it will reach the height or there will be a price for the revenue or whatever the question's asking. If you end up with a negative, your answer is a no. When you're finding the regular discriminant, if it's a positive, that means you have 2 real solutions. If it's 0, that means you have 1 real solution. And if it's negative, it means you have no real solutions.